What's up, running fam? This is Matt Resendiz. Welcome back in. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why I love to run. All right, you guys just saw a little bit of footage from last week's running. I ran 56.8 miles, identical mileage to the week previous. Last Friday was the parade for my school. We all got together and we drove through the neighborhood on Friday to see our students, and it was an awesome experience. I lost a lot of the footage that I took during the parade route, and I mean, it is what it is, right? But we had a lot of fun during that, and I think Friday, running those 7 miles really threw off my weekend. I did my long run on Saturday because of the rain here on Sunday in Chicago, and I almost did not want to run on Sunday, which was yesterday. So a lot of working parts the last few days, and my body really felt it Sunday morning, but finished the weekend strong with a 4-mile run yesterday and got my mileage up to 56, almost 57 miles. What I'm going to talk to you guys about today is why I love to run. It's something that people usually ask me just in conversation, whether it's at Orange Theory or new friends I meet or people at work. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. But for me, running goes back, way back to even when I was young. I absolutely hated running. I grew up playing sports. I played baseball, I played basketball, I played football in high school, and running was definitely my least favorite thing to do. And going into college, I've always been a physically active person, obviously, but going into college, I gained a lot of weight. I didn't exercise, didn't do any physical activity to a bare minimum, if any, most days. And I gained a lot of weight. And near the end of college, I probably gained close to 50, 60 pounds. I weighed 260 pounds at one point. And right around the time I got my first job, which is my current job, my teaching job, I was told that I either had to lose weight or go on blood pressure medication. And as a 22-year-old, I mean, that was the last thing I wanted to do. So I ended up, sticking to a diet, I think is called the DASH diet. That really worked well for me, and it really did bring down my blood pressure, my cholesterol, and just the diet. So once I got that down, I started working out a little bit more. We used to work out at a fitness center called Galter Life Center. It's a medical fitness center in Chicago. So we did classes there, we did our cardio there, and running was never on my radar. So I'd say about 2 years after college, I lost about 30 pounds. This was right around our wedding, and I thought I looked good. But there was still something missing, so I just continued with the regular routine for the next year and a half, 2 years, and it just came to a point where I wanted to try something different. And I always did a group fitness class that was mostly lifting. It was weightlifting set to music. It's called Group Power. And then I would do my cardio beforehand. I would do half hour to an hour on the elliptical at least 3 times a week, maybe 4 times if I made it to the gym more than 3 times. And I just felt like I needed to do something different. And this is where running comes into play. So for me, running started back on January 2016, and I just decided one day I just wanted to use the treadmill instead of the elliptical. I said, let's do a half hour. I didn't care if I jogged the whole time, if I had to walk part of the time. The goal was just to be on there for a half hour, do what I could. And this is, for me, why running is awesome. It's because you can keep it as simple or as difficult as you want it. And for me, this is, I think, what sprung my love into running even more, because I didn't have any expectations and I just kind of went for it. I didn't care, what other people thought about in the gym setting. I was just there for myself, for my well-being, and for me wanting to try something new. Right now, this is an important mindset to try and have, especially because fitness centers are closed. And if people have ever considered or thought about running outdoors, and for me, back in 2016, I didn't even think about running outside. But now, I think that people who want to get outside, they can make running whatever they want it to be. It can be a walk run or a walk jog. I mean, it doesn't matter what shape you're in. All you have to do to be a runner is get out there and run, put one foot in front of the other. I mean, you're a runner. You're a runner in your eyes. I mean, that's really all that it matters. Running is whatever you want to make it. This also goes back to my philosophy of keeping things simple, especially a time like right now where we're confined to our homes, unfortunately. You can keep running as simple as you want to. And that's what I'm doing right now personally, just to build my aerobic base up and, running more and more mileage each week. Those runs for me are fairly simple. And, I'm not putting stress on myself to, run at a certain pace for a certain amount of time. So for me right now, just keeping things simple. Another reason why I love to run is the sense of community. Being a part of a running group for the last few summers, and I know that right now that's not an option, but talking to people about running, just like talking about people about fitness in general, but running is something special. Running can change the way you look at things on life. I mean, running can be a very humbling sport. I mean, not every run is created equally, and one easy run can feel like a hard run in the warm temperatures. And sometimes for me, that really wakes me up and you're like, okay, brings you back down to earth. So not all runs are created equally. Having that sense of community really can get you through your goals for running. And those people who I would normally see on a regular basis throughout the summer, even springtime for runs, talking to each other during runs, talking about not just running, but our days, our families, how things are going in our life. That's a time where, we can be ourselves and joke around, and having that community really does, motivate me to, be a better runner and just to push myself when I need that push. Another reason why I love running is, and these are missing right now, is, the feeling that you get at a race, right? Now, a race may not be on our radar for a little while, and if you're just starting running, you may not even think about running a 5K or a 10K or a half marathon anytime soon, but that race day feeling is what really gets me fueled up and gets me psyched. There's nothing like towing the start line of the Bank of America Shamrock Shuffle, the Chicago Marathon, the North Shore Classic, some of my favorite races. That feeling of like, I trained for this, I'm ready for this, and having those people surrounded you who are there for the same thing. Again, that goes back to running community. You know, you could have strangers you're chatting with at the starting line, just to kind of get yourself jacked up. That feeling, there's no other greater feeling, and I can't wait for us to get back to that. And last but not least, I probably should have mentioned this before the races, but is training. There's nothing more than I love than training for a race. You know, having a set goal of, you know, running X amount of miles each week, and then having some of those miles be faster miles, especially the lighter distances may be faster miles, whereas the longer distances during the week may be a little bit slower. And that's not exactly what I'm doing right now, because training and you know, just running are two different things. So training for a race is one reason why I love to run. It's just that sense of like, okay, there's an end goal, and I know that I need to do this, this, and this in order to reach that goal. So again, something that I'm really missing. I know that, you know, right now with the races being canceled for the summer, possibly into the fall, who knows, you know, that's something that I'm gonna miss out on a lot during this summer. I mean, those are just some of the reasons why I love to run. At the end of this video, you're gonna see some pictures of myself throughout the years, and you'll see the transformation that I've gone through. What I always like to tell myself, everything's a work in progress, and you know, continue to work on myself through my running habits, my eating habits, my training habits. So, you know, always trying to push myself to that next level, even though right now I'm not training for something specifically, but we're always a work in progress. And just remember that, you know, you do you. That's what I tell some of my friends at Orange Theory. You got to do what you want to do what you love. You know, all you have to do is lace up those shoes and get out there to be a runner. And, you know, that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks again for being here. Thanks again for your patience. I know that this isn't ideal, but it's the best lighting I have right now. Our tiny house out in the northwest side doesn't have the best lighting inside. So thank you for being patient. Thank you for watching the videos. Remember to like, share, subscribe. If you're a subscriber, hit that little bell so you get notifications when these videos pop up, so you can watch them. And again, I appreciate you guys coming in. Let's talk about why you love to run in the comments. So comment down below why you might like to run, or what's something that, you know, something fitness oriented that you love to do during this time. So until next time, I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.